Hey guys, it's Christian from Lost in Discovery and welcome back to the channel. Today's a great day because we are talking about One Piece and I have officially done it. I have finished the East Blue Saga. Today we're going to be talking about the Arlong Park and the Loguetown arcs. Now, in case that sounded really weird, but in the manga, it says Rogue Town. I've seen everyone online say Loguetown, but then I looked it up and people said it's Logtown because it's like prologue. And this is like the end of the prologue. I don't know. It's hard when you don't watch the show. I'm rambling into this long video already. So yes, I have read all the rest of East Blue and I'm right at the beginning of the Alabasta arc, but I haven't even read one page of it. If you have to take one thing out of this video, it is the fact that I am all into One Piece now, and hopefully I can explain to you why that is, because Arlong Park has been my favorite arc by far. Now, the best part starting Arlong Park for me was I started reading right after I posted my last video, and in that last video I spent like 5 minutes hypothesizing whether there are animal-human hybrid races in One Piece, and I turn the next page and I see these bastards and I'm just like, this audience is incredibly patient with newcomers because it must have been tedious listening to me talk about that for that long when the fish people are like right around the corner. This arc, I just feel like this is the arc where it all just kind of clicked for me. And that's not to say I haven't been enjoying it. It's pretty clear I have been enjoying it so much so far. But Arlong Park and Nami's backstory and how it played into all the characters was just amazing. What I enjoyed about this arc, well, at the beginning, I was quite shocked to see Nami working for these guys, and I probably shouldn't have been because she screwed over everyone at this point, but I thought whilst we're establishing Luffy's crew, it was kind of like, oh yeah, Nami used to be kind of bad, but she's cool now. But then she kind of not really betrays them, but press X to doubt basically happened. And I was doubting her for a minute, but I was like, no, I know this is gonna come together. I just couldn't really place how. And it was only when we got the backstory of Nami, it was this moment of clarity where I was like, oh my god, these characters aren't just gonna be funny and have like a 2-minute like, oh, they were sad when they were kids backstory. It's like, no, these are really in depth and really beautiful backstories, and I kind of get the sense that these backstories, I'm seeing like a certain percentage of them. I wouldn't be surprised if we were going to explore them deeper as the series goes on, but at least for so far, out of all the backstories we've gotten, Nami's is definitely the most involved, the most heavy-hitting emotionally, and my god, I cried man tears. It happened. The thing happened that everyone tells me One Piece was going to do, and I was going to cry, and I did. I actually cried, and Belle was just like the best mom of all time. She was so sick, and the relationship between Nami and her sister and how they were found by Belle, and I knew as soon as Nami as a child got angry saying she wished she was like adopted by a rich person, I'm like, this flashback's gonna play right as she dies, isn't it? And it totally happened. Typical, but doesn't mean it isn't gonna hit me in the feels, okay? It freaking punched me in the gut. I was kind of surprised how brutal Oda went with this scene. I was kind of surprised how graphic it was in some ways. Yes, they kind of do cut away, but she gets shot in the head. There's no other way to say it, and there is blood, and it is traumatic. Is like not even close enough a word to describe this. It was god awful. Seeing like Nami's complete like mental gymnastics to deal with this, and how she has to come across as a bastard to her whole village for so many years to, you know, to end up freeing, with the purpose of freeing them and paying homage to her mother. It's just like, dude, this is so heavy, and it made Nami like such a better character like so quickly for me. And there were a lot of moments regarding this backstory which enhanced the rest of the cast as well. And just the fact that Luffy is like, I'm gonna nap, I don't want to hear a backstory, I'm just gonna stretch out somewhere. And the fact that Zoro fell asleep, and it's just like the two boys listening, being Sanji and Usopp, and you know, Sanji's in it for the whole I'm gonna protect my love vibe, and Usopp's in it for like, give me some pirate backstory, I feel. And you know, Zoro's just dreaming about like a fourth sword or something, I don't know. Oda does not sacrifice any moment to build up a character even more, and he did it so well in Arlong Park. And guys, the moment, and I'm certain this must be iconic. This scene must be iconic in the One Piece fandom. I know I'm in the Shire portion of this, like the prologue, but dude, when Nami finally breaks the hell down, she's telling Luffy to get away, like she's in so much denial, but then she finally freaking cracks. And you see that panel of her asking for help, and Luffy, the dude who doesn't know anything about it, who's just like, hey, this person made my friend cry. Hell yeah, I'm going in. And the boys, like the crew, the slow-mo, I'm assuming this must have been in slow-mo, like the slow-mo walk shot of the boys walking up to go take down Arlong. I'm like, dude, hell yeah. Like, I don't care how long this fight goes on for. I need it to be long. Some of the other ones dragged on a little bit for me, but I was like, no, this one, just take up as many volumes as you want. I want to see Luffy destroy this guy. And you know what? He did. It was beautiful. And okay, yes, Luffy did awesome, stretchy, cool stuff. He had some cool tactics, destroying the map room and stuff, and this was good. Like, it was a really good fight. But I was more actually invested to see how everyone else was helping out, how they had to help Luffy from underground, how we had Usopp finally grow a pair and kind of step up to the plate a bit. And dude, what is with this fish guy that's like Smek? Like with like, I'm guessing he's doing like a mouth kissy sound, but like every time I read the word Smek with the love heart, I was like, I'm uncomfortable. Zoro's 3 swords versus that octopus dude's 6 swords. I know when you say this out loud, it sounds so silly, but I was like, oh my god, he has 6 swords. This octopus fish man has 6 swords and Zoro has 3. I need to know what happens. And I'm like, this is so different to everything else I'm reading, but I love it. But that's kind of my point. It's like the world can get so outlandishly creative with this whole, you know, sea creature that was like half cow as well. That Momo or Mumu character was like, what is happening? The fact that Luffy and Sanji rode him in. I feel like this is my most rambly talk about One Piece so far. I just, you know, like, it's just what's happening at this point. And okay, just to talk about Nami's village, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that the goat of this village, like the greatest of all time of this village, is Mr. Genzo. This freaking guy he's like the dude who you want, who's just like, why are you in my village, dude? What are you gonna do about it? He held everything together so well. And I love Luffy because when I'm looking at a panel, there's an epic story happening, but I'll look at something and be like, what's that? And Luffy does the same. Every time I'm thinking, I thought, why does Mr. Genzo have this pinwheel on his hat? And then Luffy's like, why do you have a pinwheel, dude? I'm like, yes, why? And it's just glossed over, but I'm like, I need to know about this pinwheel. And when we get the realization that it was for Nami when she was a kid to make her laugh, and then she got the tattoo of the pinwheel and the Tangerine Grove, I was like gonna, dude. Like, it was game over for me, and I was just like, I'm so glad I'm reading this. Okay, brief pause before we get into the next arc. Sorry, my brain broke. Some world building things I noticed. When we cut to the Navy for a little bit, I noticed that they, like, through the intercom, they used like a snail that was like hooked up to technology that could like print stuff. One Piece does this a lot, where I'm like, is this a gag or is this world building? And I'm still finding this balance. And the fact that, you know, Nami bought newspaper from like a seabird that came to their boat. I'm like, I want to know, I want to know how all these systems work, and I'm sure these things will show up again because he's already showing that little details tend to pop up again throughout the story. And to talk about the new kind of chapter cover story, we have like that little kid that Luffy spoke to briefly right at the beginning, who's going to join the Navy, who's like, hey dude, like we're friends, but we'll probably end up being enemies at some point. It's good, it's just, it's not at the level of like entertainment that was following Buggy the Clown. And I think that is a perfect segue into, I'm going to say it, Logtown. I hope I'm saying it right. And Buggy is back. Buggy is back in Logtown, and I was so damn happy to see this guy. A few things I'm like curious about with Logtown, but I don't necessarily like understand where it's going. Like Zoro's interaction with that other sword chick was interesting, how he was reminded of the girl from his backstory. But like, let's cut to the crux of this, which was the confrontation between Buggy and Luffy and Alvida, who got like makeovered through a gum fruit. Very interesting. I had no idea Bikini Lady, as I referred to her last episode, would be bloody Alvida with like a gum makeover. So that was cool. But okay, I'm calling this right now. And if I'm wrong, I'll be disappointed. When Luffy was up there on the scaffolding that, oh my god, I can't remember his name, but like the king of the pirates got executed on. That's probably a bad name to forget. So Luffy's up there and he's about to get executed. He's done. And firstly, it was amazing that he smiled at the whole crew as he was dying. That's like the most Luffy thing ever. And it was like touching in a weird way. But okay, it was struck by lightning to save the day at like the most crucial moment. Okay, what I'm calling right now is someone impacted that. Like that was someone's decision. That was not the weather. That was not a freak occurrence. Like there is gonna be a flashback at some point. That's gonna be like, hey, you know why Luffy survived that? I need it to be that, because certain like Deus Ex Machina things haven't really happened in One Piece so far, and I just feel like there's always a reason as to why the crew wins, and it's not just through like the power of friendship. It's like, no dude, because Luffy can like stretch and Sanji can kick people into bloody space. Like there needs to be a reason for that. I hope there is. I'm very curious about this dragon character as well, who seems to be like helping them to some degree. The Navy leader Smoker, there were so many villains like introduced in Logtown, and I'm like, these are going to be the main villains I feel like for a while, because it was like a very quick battle and we kind of just got out of there and finally got to the Grand Line, and when they all put it was their feet, not even their hands, they put their feet together, everyone announced what like their goal is. Sora's like, I'm gonna be the best swordsman, I'm gonna be king of pirates, I'm gonna be the best cartographer, I'm gonna grow a pair of balls, as Usopp would say. And yeah, and I was like, off to the Grand Line, and I was like, yes, well, let's get out of East Blue, let's do this. And I loved it, man. I freaking loved it. And these two arcs, mainly Arlong, it was just like, it's such an affirmation of what I was getting into, and I'm just so sure I am just all the way in on One Piece, and I can't wait to see what happens over the next arc, because I feel like we've got at least our very initial main crew established. It's going to carry us throughout the whole series, and I'm basically in love with every single character so far. Nami's my number one right now. Like nothing can beat her in my eyes. It was brilliant. So like, final verdict in the East Blue Saga, like the first 100 chapters of One Piece, it was a fantastic start. It established all our characters, it established our goals, and I'm just ready to go on an adventure, and I'm ready to have this world become a much more interconnected and much deeper and, you know, well-rounded world, because it has felt a little episodic so far, and I'm dead certain that it's going to all weave into this beautiful, massive tale that I know it's going to impress me to another level, because he keeps impressing me more and more with each volume. Quick announcement, I will be going live this weekend to talk all things East Blue Saga. Please don't spoil me. You guys have been fantastic so far, and you guys have been very protective of me, and you don't want me to get spoiled, but I also don't want to sacrifice discourse with you guys about this topic. So hope you can make it, hope we can talk about it, and if some bastard spoils it for me, dude, nothing's stopping me here. I have a lot of faith in the One Piece community, and if I have to, I'll just get mods that can just ban people. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here. I'll see you all in my next video, and yeah, I'll see you very soon, and we'll talk about East Blue. Thanks for watching, bye.